I don't know your name, but excuse me, miss. I saw you from across the room. Okay, no, concentration. Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I am literally gonna give you the tea. I am giving you the tips that I practiced, that I add to my routine, that I added into my life once I moved out, once I went abroad on my own, because girls, let's be real, this is hard. When you move out of your home and you are by yourself, it's like you don't have the structure anymore, you are not forced to do anything anymore, so you're lost. So I'm gonna give you the 10 tips of habits, things that you can do that will help you to get your life together and get your shit going. So before we even go into that, because this is an exchange, you know, I cannot give you the information for free if you don't do something for me. So go ahead, press that big button down below that says subscribe and come and join this little corner of the internet. And also go ahead and already press that like button because I know you're gonna like it. If you want to comment, yeah, go ahead, suit yourself. Also, and before we elongate this too long, because this is already the massivest, the biggest intro I've ever had, go also check my Instagram page and my TikTok page. I'm trying to be more active in both of them, so go ahead, check them out, come and join these other two sides of the internet besides this one, and now I can give you the information. So let's just jump into it. So thing number 1, set clear goals. This does not mean it has to be I want to buy a house, be famous, whatever. It can be that, but set clear goals, and it can be small goals, small intentions that you want to reach, and it can be something as simple as I want to try to be more healthy and more conscious with my food, the way that I work out, maybe try to implement some movement during my day, and just set that as a goal and really aim for it and work for it. I swear to God, once you start navigating your life according to your goals, everything changes. So that will be my tip number 1. Tip number 2, create a routine. I talked previously about this on my very first video where I said once you move out there is no routine, because you are not in school anymore, you are starting a professional life, yet you do not have a full-time professional-ish job, so there is no routine anymore. Your mom is not here to tell you what to do, so you need to do it for yourself. And creating a routine, it's the most important thing that you can do for yourself. It's important for you to reach your goals, and it's important for you to stay structured, because I also felt while I was just rumbling around, going with the wind, that I was not doing anything. Like, I was going to work or I was going to class, and then I was coming home and I was not doing anything. Like, it was not productive enough. And if you create a routine, the routine will make you feel like you are being productive. So tip number 2, create a routine, stay structured. You're gonna see it's gonna make the huge difference in your life. Tip number 3, and this comes also with the other 2, prioritize tasks. I am a girly that has a planner. I have a weekly planner and I like to sort my days out, and there are some days where I overpack. Like, I underestimate if I'm working for 8 hours standing, that I'm gonna come home and still want to do 500 other tasks that need to be done, but it can also be done another day. So my tip, and it's something I started to implement on my planning, is just try to find 2 non-negotiables that you have to do on that specific day, and one optional that you can add to these 2. That way, if you make 2 of them happen, the non-negotiables, you're gonna feel fulfilled. You're gonna feel like you have done your purpose for that day. And if you add that optional, if you manage to do it, it's gonna be cherry on top of the cake. You are the best. However, because it's optional and you can do it on another day, if you do it on another day, it's gonna be fine either way. Like, you will not get frustrated because you see your planner and you see all of your 500 things to do and you are not doing any. And that really will frustrate you. So just prioritize your tasks, 2 non-negotiable, 1 optional, everything is happy. Everything is happy. Wow, good, Maria. Giving the lesson, but not in English. Everything stays good, you stay happy, and you stay motivated. So that's good. Tip number 4, and this is something I'm actually very proud of saying that I'm really good at, which is time management. Try to manage your time as good as you can and don't underestimate the time you need. So, for instance, if I want to study, I know if I want to study, I will need at least 2 hours to do a full study of something that I need to catch on, some lecture, some whatever. I need 2 hours. If I do less than 2 hours, I know it's not going to be complete and I'm going to frustrate myself. So don't jam pack your schedule, your planning, just because you want to reach your goals faster, and then you end up on not doing anything, because a lot of tasks really take more time than you think. But also try to be very truthful to the time that you need. So try to be efficient, try to perform the task as best as you can, so there is no time wasted and you can manage your time as best as you can. One of the things that you can do is use the Pomodoro technique, or just set some timers and do like breaks in between, so you rest and also are efficient while you are working. Number 5. This one doesn't even need a long speech for it. Declutter and organize. A clean space is clean mind. That is why I always make sure that I try to tidy up my house at least a bit every day, because after work, when I come home, I do really work from home. Like, I study and I do a lot of things from home. So if you are spending your time here, and I'm pointing there because there is the rest of my house, although you cannot see it, but anyways, if you are spending your time in your place and your place feels absolutely chaos, you will not feel motivated, you will not want to do anything, and you will not feel productive because you are always going out of focus, looking somewhere else. So my tip is clean up your space, give away things you don't need, and just try to organize. And it doesn't mean that it has to be a Pinterest picture, it can mean that it's organized to you, and that is enough, so that we know this. But yeah, just try to put things together. And this reminds me, there is a video coming about organizing and like transforming my setup. Stay tuned. But yeah, organize, declutter, clean mind, clean space, they kiss. On to the next one. Number 6, self-care. Try to prioritize yourself as much as you can. I know this is hard, and I know that sometimes it's hard to just postpone things or not go out with your friends because you are tired, but you also need to respect yourself. You need to think that if your body is tired, it's trying to tell you something. Maybe it's time for you to go home, just take care of yourself, have everything, shower, wash your hair, shave, moisturize, do that fantastic soup, and sit on the couch watching a movie. Sometimes that's all you need, just taking care of yourself. And I know this is hard. I know sometimes you just want to go out with your friends because you're afraid they're not gonna like you anymore, they're gonna exclude you from the next plans, and this is not true. If they're your friends, they're gonna love you no matter what, and they're gonna invite you no matter what. So girl, just sit on the couch and take care of yourself, or lay in bed and take a nap. you also need to hear to what your needs are and not be afraid that everyone's gonna hate you all the time. So just take care of yourself. Okay. Number 7. Number 7 comes with a bit of what I just said, do self-love, self-care, and prioritize yourself, is learn when to say no and when to say yes. Set your boundaries and know that not everything your friends will do is something that will fit in the things you like to do, and it's fine to tell them you cannot go. You don't need to lie. And sometimes it's fine just to let people know you're not being sociable today. Like, you do not feel like your social battery is charged enough to go out tonight, and that is fine. So just learn how to say no and when to say no. However, on the other side, learn when you have to say yes. Not have to, but when you should say yes. Learn when you should go out, be with other people, enjoy their company, and say yes. Just try to share with them as much as you can, while learning how to set your boundaries. Batteries? What? Learning how to recharge your batteries and set your boundaries. Wow. This was a tongue twister. Number 8, lean on your friends. Just know that your friends are here for you. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Don't be afraid to call them if you feel lonely. Don't be afraid to ask for any questions. Send messages. Just FaceTime them. Sometimes they will not pick up, and that's fine. That's because they're busy. They still love you, and you are not a burden. Just learn how to be fine with asking your friends, calling your friends, contacting your friends. They love you, and it does not matter if you are further away in another country. Your true friends will always pick up the phone, and when they don't, which is most of the times, best friends never pick up the phone, god damn it, they will call you back, send a message, and talk to you. So don't be afraid, because you are not a burden. Also, side note, if you are moving to another country, just don't forget to call your friends and contact them. Many people will think that you moved on, that you don't care about them anymore, that you find another people, that you are distant, and that couldn't be further from the truth. Many times you wouldn't even speak to that friends every day, and that's the magic of it, isn't it? You don't speak to them every day, and still when you see them, everything is the same. However, for those people, just the fact that you moved away changed something, and that's fine. Just know that they are there, and if you need each other, you can always count on each other. So don't... Comichão. Tip number 9. Oops. Number 9. This is something that I have been practicing lately, because this was very hard for me, to be grateful for what I have. It's so easy to get caught up in everything that is happening around you, all of the bad things that are happening in the world or in your life, and you just forget to stop and just be thankful and grateful for what you have. Okay, you don't like your job, but that job allows you to live in a different country and pay your rent by yourself. Then why don't you like your job? Okay, it's not your favorite thing to do, but it's allowing you to have all of these things. You know what I mean? So just try to be grateful and practice gratitude. Just examine your life, or every morning just wake up and be like, well, I might not like to do this, but I am grateful that I get to do this. Or I am so grateful that I get to wake up to the person I love every morning, and that's a luxury that I will never take for granted. Just things like this, and that will make the biggest difference on your life, your routine, your humor, your level of happiness. So just be grateful. And finally, number 10, the last one, the last tip, the last thing I have to tell you. And it's the hardest one for me. I still haven't learned how to fix this, but I am working on it and it's better than it was. Just ride with the flow. And it goes against almost everything that we said, but you're planning, you have your goals, you have your schedule, you have your priorities, your goals, but then out of the sudden something changes, and it can even be one of your top well-defined goals changed, and that is fine. You just have to adapt and ride with the flow. Things change all the time, and I used to be so nervous about something coming up. I could not manage this, some new lecture came, I had to do 1 extra hour at work, and that would affect everything I had planned for the rest of the day. But you also need to understand that things happen, or how this video was supposed to come out yesterday, and yet here I am recording it once again because I fucked up while recording the video and exporting the file. Not your problem, my problem though, but these things happen, and that's fine. You just need to learn how to ride with the flow. And that's it. I swear that these 10 tips were the hardest thing to implement in my life, but once I finally got the hang of it and I started implementing them in my routine, in my daily life, in the way that I live, everything changed. And starting is hard, but I swear once you get the hang of it, a lot of doors are gonna open in your life. So that was it. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you got something from here. I hope if you try to implement any of these things, just please let me know how it worked out for you. I am absolutely so thrilled that I got to do one of these videos, because all of my favorite YouTubers record these videos all the time, and now I got to do my own and sharing my experience with you, which is just great. So thank you so much for watching. I love you so much. I see you on the next video, which will be hopefully this Sunday. So yeah, just don't forget to subscribe to the channel, comment and like the video, and go check out my other social media. I love you. Bye.